All right, if you're a parent or a new driver anywhere around Dartmouth, you know this feeling. I mean, picking a driving school, it's a huge decision, right? And it can be super stressful. So today, we're going to break down the data and help you look past just the price tag and really choose with confidence. I think we all kind of assume this is the deal. The whole point of driver's ed is just to get you that little plastic card, right? The curriculum is all built around checking the boxes so you can pass the road test. But here's the real question, isn't it? What about the day after you pass? Or the week after? Or that first crazy winter storm? Passing the test is literally just day one. The real goal is a lifetime of driving safely. So what actually prepares a new driver for that? And that brings us to our first big idea. We have to look beyond just the test. The real mission here, it's not just about getting a license, it's about building lifelong collision avoidance skills, especially for the kind of demanding roads we have right here in the Halifax Regional Municipality. So, to really understand what separates a good program from a great one, we first have to meet the villain of our story. It's a concept that researchers call the practice gap. And honestly, it's the #1 reason why standard driver's ed can sometimes fall short. So, what is this practice gap anyway? Well, it's what happens when a new driver puts in the hours, but they don't get enough quality, varied practice. It's the difference between just logging time behind the wheel and actually building real-world skills. And the research is clear. It's the main reason that our graduated licensing programs, that step-by-step system, can fail to actually make drivers safer. And get this, the scale of the problem is just staggering. Not closing this gap isn't some small thing. According to driver safety labs, it can mean losing out on a 20 to 40% reduction in crashes for new drivers. That is a huge, huge number. The stakes are incredibly high. And this slide just perfectly shows how this gap appears right here at home. We're talking about practicing only on those quiet streets in Cole Harbour instead of actually dealing with rush hour on the Macdonald's bridge. It means not getting enough real experience with icy roads in the winter or driving at night. And yeah, it's those super tense, unstructured drives with a parent and a paper logbook that, let's be honest, doesn't really track the quality of what you're doing. Okay, so if the problem is a lack of good, structured practice, then how do we fix it? Well, let's jump into our next section and see how technology is totally changing the game. It's like having a co-pilot that can help bridge that critical gap. This is where modern tools really shine. For instance, some programs are now using an app with AI that literally tracks and analyzes every single drive. It's watching your acceleration, your braking, your steering. It can serve up structured practice scenarios built for local challenges, like merging onto Highway 111. It even gives parents a coaching interface, which can turn arguments into actual productive sessions. And the whole time, it's digitally verifying all those practice hours. And man, this quote from a parent just hits home, doesn't it? The technology acts as that neutral third party. It can take the stress right out of that parent-teen dynamic and get everyone focused on the real goal, building skills safely. But let's be super clear here. An app by itself isn't a magic wand. The technology is an amazing tool, for sure, but it has to be part of a bigger, more comprehensive system to really work. A true gold standard program is the whole package. So what does that whole package look like? Well, according to the research, a top-tier program is really built on 4 pillars. It all starts with a quality, research-backed curriculum. Then you need expert instructors who are getting recertified regularly. Third, you integrate modern tech like what we just saw. And finally, and this is so important, it has to deliver proven, measurable results. So the key thing is how this all translates to our actual streets here. It means learning the specific skills you need for that commercial traffic mess on Portland Street. It means training your brain for hazard perception in that thick fog that rolls in over Highway 107. And it means actually practicing emergency moves for those icy bridge approaches that we all dread. And that brings us to that 4th pillar, the proven results. And honestly, the numbers really do speak for themselves. Graduate surveys from a program that uses this 4-pillar approach show that over 92% of their new drivers stay completely collision-free. And if you add in the ones who are in a collision that wasn't their fault, that number jumps to almost 97%. That is a real, tangible outcome. Okay, so this all leads to the final, and for a lot of us, the toughest part of this whole decision, the price. Let's really look at how to evaluate the true cost of driver's ed, comparing that upfront price tag against the investment you're making in actual proven safety. When you really boil it down, the choice is between two completely different philosophies. One path is focused on finding the lowest upfront cost that just meets the bare minimum to get a license. The other path is focused on making an investment and a measurable return on safety, on skills that are going to last a lifetime. And this slide kind of breaks down what that choice looks like based on the data. You can see the differences so clearly. On one side, you've got a premium program with its own defensive driving curriculum, maybe even cognitive training tools, more hours in the car, that AI coaching app, and, importantly, published safety stats. On the other side, you have programs that meet the basic provincial standard at a lower cost, but often with fewer hours, no advanced tech, and no published data to see how their grads actually do on the road. So the big takeaway from all this analysis is that a higher price isn't just random. It's directly connected to these extra features, the better curriculum, the technology, the instructor training, and most importantly, those evidence-backed safety results. It really is a different kind of investment. And that leaves us with the one last question. It's the one every single family has to answer for themselves. When you pick that driving school, what are you really truly investing in? Is it just the license? Or is it a lifetime of safety on the road?